In today's video, we're going to go over the Altseason CoPilot articles over on Digital Currency Traders. We're going to take a look at some of these coins that are now over 31% profit in our trading signals, including FTM, SUI, and more. We're going to check out our copy trading account. Our goal was just to grow the account by 50% every year. We started at $323 last year. We're up to $1,400. That's 346% more dollars, but it's 80% more Bitcoin than this account had last year. And all we did was trade this system. Lots of exciting things coming. We're going to take a look at these charts and what should we be doing for them. I'm going to introduce you where you can write for digital currency traders and get your articles sent out through our RSS feed out to our different social media platforms. And you can also find out how to get access to the Altseason CoPilot. If you want to check this out in our 7-day trial, get the entire course, look at everything that we're doing here and see if it is for you. Finally, we're going to take a look at the Sniper Extreme Indicator and why I am so manically bullish about Bitcoin and really hoping that the altcoins take off too. So let's jump into the first part of the show and go over the Altseason CoPilot. Now you'll get daily updates because of our new AI automations that write up all this information for us, so it's just fantastic and easy to share online. So let's take a look at what the report is saying for today. We have 19 coins, new alerts, 7 new hold status coins. 6 coins went from partial to hold status. All of those are bullish moves that they're crossing our threshold. We should be taking a look at those charts. If you want to know which chart those are, you can get the 7-day trial and check it all out. Grab that information. Or another trick that I want to show you is that you can follow Altseason CoPilot. So a super powerful way to see if we've already written a report about the coin that you're after. We can put in the search here. Let's see if we've got Pendle. Here we go, Pendle BTC. And we can get right to this report to see what the AI was saying about the chart before you look at our trading signal. We gave the chart to ChatGPT Vision and asked it to do technical analysis. And so the AI reviewed the chart and it gave us its review. And then here is our actual trading signal. Let's jump over and take a look at the chart for Pendle. So this one took a lot of sitting after we got in. It broke above the 1, 2, 3s. And for now, because price is moving up, I could move the stop loss up and manage risk. If I was really risk adverse, I could move the stop loss just a little bit above the stop right now, above the entry. But for my own part, I like to keep it 2 technical levels below price. So I would consider that this is 1 technical level now, this is the 2nd technical level, and I want to leave my stop just a bit behind that and be small enough that all of this noise, I don't even have to pay attention to it. I don't have to spend any time on this at all. And so I'm super excited with the automations that let us put out these articles every time there is a coin in the Pro Alerts that goes from alert status into hold status. We can generate an article, I can edit, and I can publish it over on Digital Currency Traders through the Altseason CoPilot profile. The next part, let's go over some before and after charts of these coins. AAVE, here's the signal before we got into it. Here's the signal as we got into the trade. And here is where AAVE is now. And you can see that I'm still looking for a longer term plan before I'll do anything in this chart. So it's nice that it's up some great percentage gain, but there's still nothing for us to do. Our stop loss is still 2 technical levels below price. The stop loss is just above the entry now, and there's still nothing to do in this coin in this chart here at all. Now let's take a look at the before and after for ENS. Here's the before chart as it pulled back way back in April, it must have been, that I did the add-on for this trade and it actually survived. Yeah, here's the after chart, and it is one of the few charts that is held above the April breakdowns. This is a really important, as this builds a 1, 2, 3 formation here, I'll be wanting to add on to this chart. This is one of the few now that is actually matured enough to be ready to add on safely without increasing risk. Now let's take a look at a couple more recent charts. Here's FET. Here we see the chart was pulling back and made a 1, 2, 3 formation in the middle of August, and we put the trade on. And we could never know the future, but this one has turned out well enough that the stop can be now moved above the entry, and it's the stop is 2 technical levels below price. I still wouldn't add on to this. Maybe I could have earlier, but I still want this to break out, pull back, retest, and then I can add on without doing any thinking. Let's take a look at FTM. So here is the before picture of FTM. Is the big pullback in August. It made the 1, 2, 3 formation. This is one of the few coins that actually survived because we put this trade on for a bunch. Some of them got clobbered and turned into losses, but this is one of those that survived. And again, the stop would just be above the entry, and that's it for managing risk. It's a small enough trade that I'll wait for this to consolidate and give me a different pattern before I can add on here. We started off the show with a look at SUI. Here's the chart pattern back in July. Wow, 1, 2, 3 formation. You just got to do the trades small when they show up, and then they'll filter themselves out. Okay, by the look of the chart here, it looks like I actually got stopped out from the July entry. And there's a re-entry, or the stop didn't kick me out and I'm into the good trade now. But regardless of where I got in on this, the stop is above the entry and we're all good for risk. There's nothing to do on this trade. I'll have to wait for it to consolidate as well. Let's go take a look at TON. So here's this before screenshot for TON. It was a consolidation that caught my eye. Things blasted off and consolidated in a way that it looks like somebody was consolidating or buying into it. I have no idea what the coin was. I didn't look it up. And as things took off and gave us some great profit, I moved the stop loss up above. And as we were coming up to the top, I drew out this pullback. Even as the news came out and price was coming back, we had already drawn out this plan to add on if we have a consolidation at this zone. Now that we have that consolidation and we're in profit, this is one that I'll be considering to add on to this. And it's simple. You just buy when it goes above and you keep your stop loss down below until price moves up, and you just keep sneaking your stop loss up above that, and the price will filter itself out. It'll come back and knock you out, or it will move up and you can move your stop loss up, and the market does the filtering, not our predictions. Now let's take a look at TRX. TRX came down, gave us the consolidations. Like it just came in, and it was not a very good entry, I gotta say. When I look at this 1, 2, 3, it's not a very good quality one. So let's see what it turned out to be like. Yeah, it turned out lucky enough. So things have taken off and built up well. Now I would remove this guesstimation, and should price come back and consolidate above this support in anywhere here, any shape like this, then it'll give us a place to add on to our trades safely. We could increase our position size without increasing our risk, because the average stop of the two positions could still be above, so that we're never going to lose our initial entry. We're protected on that, and we're just increasing our position size. And if it comes back, our profit from the earlier trade is like a cushion for us to take a greater risk here. So this is what we're trying to do with all of it. It's not price prediction, it's risk management technical analysis. And this is the whole thing of what I did to grow this account from $323 to $1,400 where it stands right now. So we can go in there and take a look at this account. We can look at the equity. So we can look at the 6-month equity for this account. Here it is at $1,449. It did have a high of $2,600. I could have taken profit there and done, just moved it all into US dollar. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is this Sniper Extreme indicator. I had this created after years of studying the Bollinger Bands and how the different time frames go outside of each other during extreme market moves. I had one of the developers from our community develop this indicator for me, and as the years have gone by of using this indicator, there's some really specific patterns with this green belly that we see here that have turned out to be really fantastic predictions. Now, I don't know the future, but as we're building 1, 2, 3 bottom formations here, and we're seeing a very large parallel channel build up in Bitcoin, it does give the possibility that we're going to be running up really high from here. And it's really corroborated from this Sniper Extreme indicator. It's fantastic, and it's only showed this very few times in the past where we've had the indicator set us up like this. We could see that the Sniper Extreme indicator was giving us the bottoms. So we may not be at the bottom yet. We could still have more sideways, but to have that green belly is super, super important. As we move the price time back, we can see that it only happens just before a big move. This is really, really important all the way back. As far as we can go, we can see that this green belly has been a really important indicator that we are coming near the bottom. We could still have some sideways action, I don't know. But because we have the green belly right now, I am super stoked about the potential for Bitcoin to be taking off from these 1, 2, 3 formations here. If you would like to grab any of our training, you can grab the 7-day free trial for the Altseason CoPilot. You can also check out that Sniper Extreme indicator and have this for yourself. It's a one-time fee and you own the code, and there's a bunch more testing that comes along with it. If you'd like to have access to the signals in the spreadsheet that generated all of these trades, you can sign up for the waitlist for the Altseason Accelerator. When you put your name in here for the waitlist, we'll have an interview, and if you are accepted, then you'll be in the group and you'll get those signals and access to the spreadsheet and everything that we've been doing. And that Pro Alerts is what's responsible for this turning from $300 into $1,400, growing our Bitcoin by 80% over the past year as Bitcoin prices have been going up. In other words, we started this trading experiment in public last year at the end of September, and we are up 80% more Bitcoin in that account than we started with, and Bitcoin price has gone up. This is totally from the Pro Alerts, and now we're publishing after the fact articles on those coins that go from alert status into hold status from the Pro Alerts. We're doing a specific article detailing everything so that you can jump in there and review this for yourself. If this is something you're interested in, jump in, grab it. I'd love to see you over on Digital Currency Traders as a reader or as an author. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck, trade safe, and keep those losses small.